Welcome back, Spiritual Warriors. So, what we're going to be talking about today is there were a lot of people. They were watching you for a long time, right? Around you, some of them family members, some of them friends. You never thought that people that were close to you had any bad, intentions against you, right? And as time went on, you started to do different things. You would progress, right? You would succeed with things, right? So the more you would succeed, you would like be around these people, and you would experience like some of the expressions on their face, or some of the shock, that they would have about your intelligence or your achievement at um, at a fast pace. This was because those people that were close to you, whether they were family or friends, in your close circle, some of those people were jealous of you. But you didn't think nothing of it. You just kept on, living your life like you were supposed to, like, we all do. But as time went on, you started to notice, like, hold on, I've been doing this and doing that with my family members, and they've been acting a certain kind of way. For instance, one day, my nephew asked me, how come I have all of that money and how come I'm driving that kind of car? So that was really weird for him to say that, because I had helped him out, and like, I thought that most family members do for their family members, their nephews, nieces or whatever. So for him to say that, I was like, why would he say that? Like, that's weird, right? So sometimes the people that are closest to us, they start to get like envious of us because of maybe our financial situation, our um, situation so far as like relationship. They might be jealous because you have a new man that's attractive, like me. You might have a new man that looks good like me, and your homegirls and some your cousins might get jealous because you have someone that's attractive like me. You know, and also for the brothers, for the men, you have an attractive woman, so then your brother, your cousin, or whatever, they're like acting weird or whatever, like because you're with this woman, and they can go get their own woman. Why are they acting weird because you have a nice looking woman? It's all like, it's a psychological thing and it's a spiritual thing, because psychology and spirituality goes together very well. And I'm gonna bring something up about psychology and spirituality coming real soon for all of us on the channel to give us a connection to that, right? So a lot of this stuff that we've been going on with the jealousy and everything that I'm talking about now, that is also a spirit. Those are different spirits, right? Different demons that a lot of these people have in them. They have not overcome those demons, and those demons that possess them, target individuals such as me and you out there, the spiritual warriors watching the channel, right? The way how I became the divine supreme spiritual warrior is I mastered everything that they were throwing at me, all those demons that they kept coming at me with. And it's still going on at my age right now. It's still going on. And it's going to be still going on for a lot of you guys, right? But what we're going to keep doing is we're going to keep fighting this battle, because this battle is a spiritual thing. So we can't look at it as these people are jealous of us and there's, our family members and our friends. Yeah, that is true. But it's a spiritual thing. They are possessed with these demons. And some of them don't even know or refuse to believe in it because they're so caught up in this 3D world. They only believe in, I have this amount of money. I have this amount of gold right now in my hands worth of jewelry. So I know that this exists, but they don't believe in anything that's spiritual because they only believe in something that can be created by a man's hands. You know what I mean? And then everything that's on this earth that we have, that we value, comes from the earth anyway. So we getting a piece of gold that comes from out of the earth and we putting a value on it. That's what mankind has done. Put that value on it. So now it's a very precious, valuable metal. And it's known that way all over the world. It's the first money, the gold, right? So now we're using this mineral on earth as something to be envious of other human beings, you know, on this earth about, when this thing exists on this earth and then anybody can go get it. It's just that these certain amount of beings on this earth chose to take over where all of this gold is, you know, and they take over these places where all the gold is. We know where those places are. A lot of those places are in Africa, on the continent of Africa, in all those different countries. And they take over the resources of these places, you know, that are natural resources. Everything that's on earth is supposed to be for everybody, but you know how mankind is so selfish, me. And like I was just explaining to y'all, this is that demon again, or another kind of demon that's similar to the demon of jealousy, hatred, and everything that we see going on in the world, right? And then they control the resources of the world. And now it's the only way you can get this gold, which was already here, put on earth for any of us to be able to get, is through these beings who have taken total control over the access point of where you can find the gold and the precious minerals and different stuff on the earth. Whether it's gold, gemstones, it just goes on and on and on, right? We are fighting against, you know, not just flesh and bone, but against principalities, evil and dark spirits that are not seen as what they are. See, because when we look at people, we just look at them as, oh, this is just a guy, this is just a woman. But I'm gonna tell you, some human beings that we looking at, they don't even have souls. They are evil, they are wicked. And I would never pray for anybody that I know is evil and wicked. Why would I pray for a demon? What good would that do for me or the rest of humanity? Now, I know that you read in, you know, different writings or was told that, you know, praying for your enemy is good. I will never pray any good prayers for any of my enemies. They can forget that. It's not going to ever happen. Only thing I will pray for them is that for them to get their righteous judgment, to get what's supposed to happen to them for all of their evil and wicked deeds. That's what I pray for my enemies and demonic people on earth. Nothing else. Okay, but we're dealing with evil and wicked spirits that are possessing these people, whether they are our family members or friends. And this is where the jealousy comes in and the control comes in, and it goes on. It's different levels and different systems of this that goes on through society. Like I was saying, how the resources are controlled by certain beings. They control that. And I'm going to talk a lot about stuff like this. We'll have a lot of talks about stuff like this. And I'm gonna get into it, y'all. We're gonna have fun with this. So I hope I brought up something, you know, for us all to think about, like what we're really dealing with. Like, these people don't even have souls. They're demons. They're evil beings, right? So that's what they really are. So I'm not going to look at them as anything else besides what they really are. That's what they really are. I know that's what they really are. And I'm going to look at them the way they really are, as such. So all my divine, supreme spiritual warriors that are part of this channel, y'all be aware and stay spiritually protected with your armor of the Most High, the Supreme in glory. The Supreme God has given us access to the evil and the wicked-hearted beings that walk around and look like us, look like human beings that don't have any souls. They will not win this battle. Until next time, y'all. Peace and blessings.